Hi everybody, welcome to Quill and Sword. As you can see, we are now doing round robin, no pun intended, with the people who are currently in absentia. So we are down one robin tonight, but yeah, we've got everybody. Nathaniel is back with us, and somehow Wisp ended up being the focal point, even though Nathaniel wasn't here.
Oh, as if you're even surprised by that.
I mean, fair.
Very on brand for Wisp.
Oh, I figured it out. You might need to update Syrinscape, because that's what it's telling me.
Aha. So we've already got our technical difficulties going out of the way early on tonight. Hey,
right?
That's why we're a smidge late, by the way. Sorry. Not just that, but just trying to get stuff to play nice. It doesn't always like to work. I mean, come on, we're authors. If things went our way, then the world would be thrown into chaos. That being said, shout out to Syrinscape because we love them. They have a great product. It gives us sound effects and music for our campaign. And you can take it on your phone. It's super cool. We love it. You might love it too. Try it out if you want. They don't sponsor us. We just give them a shout out because we use them.
Not a sponsor, just a fan.
Exactly. But that being said, we had some things happen last week. I don't know, Nathaniel, did you catch up and watch, or are you not going to participate in the recap?
I did catch up on the goings-on.
Okay, then you can participate in the recap. So let's see who's going for recap. It's MARISA. Oh wait, I just realized I have MARISA and SENITA in the wrong boxes right now. Give me just a second. There we go. They are fixed, I think, everywhere. Let me just make sure. Yes. Okay. They are fixed everywhere. See, we had more technical difficulties. We're doing great at this. We know what we're doing. I swear. We just don't act like it. Specifically me. I don't act like it. So, yeah. MARISA, start us out. What happened last time?
Well, we realized at the start of the game that we were down a fawn. We were sans fawn and looking for Wisp, and we saw that it appeared that, you know, maybe there was some sort of hidden passage in the garden, but we went back to the castle to kind of feel out the situation and see if anybody could give us some information about, like, what was going on in that the castle situation or in the garden. And we talked to Philippe, I believe, is the character's name. I want to say Pierre, but that's because there are like 3 French names I know at any given time, and I just interchange them. So we talked to Philippe, and Philippe had no idea, but we went back to the garden area, and we figured out how to get in there. And then, I mean, how much of this do you want me to tell? Do you want me to pass it on to anybody, or?
Sure, pass it to somebody else.
Hey, SENITA?
Yes. Sorry, I'm trying to host the stream, and it's telling me the channel doesn't exist.
Oh, no worries. Okay, so, well, I'm happy to continue. So we go underground. It turns out there's like this whole gang of pirates down there, and that's weird because like it's underground pirates going to a lake, just stealing people and human trafficking and whatnot. And so we created an explosion. And a lot of things were on fire, and then we all got on the boat because we saw that Wisp was taken captive, and they were trying, not human traffic, but fawn traffic, Wisp. So.
How very
I think that's actually the full recap.
Right?
Yeah, just about. Do you have anything to add, Nathaniel?
Why is it saying the invalid user?
It doesn't like me.
This is the technical difficulties stream. That's all we're doing today. No games, just difficulties.
I was just delighted by the fact that when the question was asked, like, do you want to go and look for Wisp now or do something else? I don't even remember what it was, that it wasn't even content. It's like, no, we're going to find our fun. I'm like, darn right you are. Thank you.
So, yeah, SENITA, do you have anything to add to the recap? Are you in the right spot again? Because my windows are now not right then. I thought I had it set up. We love our technical difficulties around here. They're the best.
You know what? I quit.
Okay. There we go. Hey, I got you more or less in view, focus, what have you. And then go there. And then
got like that extreme top of my head.
We'll go like that and like that. Okay, there. I've got you more in the right places. So, okay. Sorry about that. So, SENITA, you got anything to add?
Oh my god. I don't remember where Marisa left off.
The pirate ship.
Yeah.
All of it.
Did we talk about the explosions?
No, we did not talk about the explosions. Tell us about the explosions.
Oh, well, normally I like causing chaos and destruction. This time, Robin decided to cause chaos and destruction. Only it didn't work as well, and everything got blowed up.
I mean, it worked very well because everything got blown up. Because it was gunpowder that was hit by a firebolt. Because that's what we're doing now. So...
yeah, but Eric almost hit our teammates.
Yes, it did.
This is why we normally leave the chaos and destruction to you, because you're a professional.
Right. So, with that out of the way, we're going to go ahead and jump into it. Now that we know where we're at, there was a fake fight going on in the middle of the ship launching out. So, we'll see what happens next on Quill and Sword.
Stream. No, I turns out I just
Okay, and we're back.
turned off my thing.
Oh goodness, we are back and we're still having those technical difficulties because we just can't get away from that. I swear, we need to rename our stream to the technical difficulty jam.
Right.
That being said, to kind of set the mood just a smidge, you guys are currently aboard a pirate ship. This pirate ship is unique in that it has multiple mages who have been on board. And they have been helping the ship move with their manipulation of wind and water, trying to drive the ship forward quickly to get out of port because they knew they were under siege from someone thanks to the explosion and whatnot. And these new crew members may or may not yet pass. as part of the crew. We did have our couple of changeling characters actually assume the identities of other existing crew members, but the elf is currently a bit of an unknown. So we'll see what happens. Can you guys hear all the waves and everything? All right, no. Cool.
I still haven't
updated to make sure that part's working. So, Wisp, you, last thing you remember was the explosion of blue fire, and all of a sudden, a hand clapped a cloth over your mouth. It smelled like weirdly bittersweet, and you quickly became lightheaded as you were dragged through a secret passage in the ground. You eventually passed out. You awaken to find yourself in a wooden crate with like bars and a locking mechanism. It's basically a wooden cage. There are several of these in what seems to be an underneath ship sort of scenario. You can feel the rocking of the boat. You hear screaming and shouting from upstairs. But yet that sort of fades to the background for you. Even the salt smell and everything else fades to the background as you see that within these other glittering crates, you see bodies. Statues, maybe? They look like people bound and gagged like you, but they sparkle. They shimmer. Even in the darkness, in this swinging orange lantern's light, you see these glittering statues of individuals who have been imprisoned. And it seems that these statues may be made out of diamond. You hear some sort of commotion and frantic, hushed whispering coming from behind a stack of crates that are not these cages, so you can't see who it is. And it sounds like one person hurrying another. Go ahead and give me a perception roll to see how much you find out.
All right.
We know you love those so much.
Yes, it's my best. Let's see.
You can do it!
What'd you get?
Did it come through? 15.
It didn't come through. 15. Okay. So, you hear this masculine voice say, "I don't care. We need to do it. Do it quickly. We don't know what's going on. And so what if they fail? We need something. Try something. Grab the next one." And so you see these two very hulking big men come out along with who looks to be a cloaked woman. You see these gray and white salt and pepper dreadlocks hanging from beneath this cowled hood. And these two men open your cage, just creaks open, and they grab onto you and start dragging you around the corner of those crates. You see there is a circle carved into the wood over here on the floor. It has lots of different inscriptions. Go ahead and give me an Arcana or Religion check.
Let me... What? There's my better score. Oh, they're the same. So... 12.
12. You are having a hard time recognizing these runes, though you do recognize they are some sort of religious in nature. You are dragged into the middle of this circle and just kind of tossed there. And this woman looks at you, and she pulls back this hood to reveal an elderly face. Not wrinkled, but just skin very tight with age. Very prominent cheekbones. And you see she has one eye that is a vivid sapphire blue, and the other appears to be some sort of luminescent green, like a blue-green. And she meets your eyes, and she whispers, "I am so sorry for what I'm about to do to you." And you see she approaches what you now notice is this ovular, shimmering opalescent jewel. It's about the size of a basketball. And she touches it, and she closes her eyes and mutters something with her head lifted. And when she pulls away, you see, like threads, this shifting luminescent opalescent light pulls from the oval, and she intertwines it and laces it between her fingertips as it begins growing and pulsing as it's continuing to flow from this oval and growing bigger between her arms. And she starts walking towards you. And as she's approaching you, you start to feel it very hot, like searing hot. And she reaches out and just grabs your upper arm. And the light immediately begins channeling into your arm, and your entire body seizes. And your screams muffle as just excruciating electric pain racks your whole body. You start to see your hooves and your legs begin transmuting into this same diamond-like stone. Upstairs on deck.
Oh, come on!
Upstairs on deck, anew, you have been relatively unnoticed throughout the course of this combat just because of the chaos. Are you trying to pass yourself off as fitting into the crew, or are you trying to hide now?
I think I want to hide. I want to also explore the ship.
Okay, then go ahead and give me an investigation roll followed by a stealth check.
Get out of here. Okay, for my investigation. Ooh, I don't even have one of those. It's a terrible one. There we go. 21 for investigation.
Okay, you notice that the hatch to the brig is currently open. And if you beeline, you're pretty sure you can make it unseen.
Okay.
Give me a stealth check.
That was a nat 20.
Oh! Okay. So, I would
hang on. Sorry. Wait. Oh, that was... I was saying I got a nat 20 for investigation, but I also just got a nat 20 for stealth as well. So that's 26.
Woo! Double nat 20s. Okay, I just want you to describe how you get down to the brig, and then I would like for you to tell me what specifically you are looking for down there.
I kind of just and casually slip into the shadows. And as I'm going down to the brig, I also tiptoe because it's funnier that way. I am looking for Wisp and any other tidbits I could find out. Like, I obviously saw another guy with the ring, and that means something.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so you managed to slip like liquid shadow into this brig, and it's really easy for you to navigate, surprisingly. It just feels very intuitive to you, and you snake your way through, dodging and ducking as individuals pass at different points until you hear it. What sounds like a very muffled, blood-curdling scream.
Oh.
And it sounds vaguely like Wisp's voice. You slip your way through, and you can easily enter that portion of the ship where you find, you duck around the corner of that set of crates once again that they were dragged behind. And you see Wisp's body literally seizing as from the chest down is transmuted into some sort of diamond-like stone. And their hands and legs are bound. They're gagged, so it's not like they're able to cast any spells. But you see them just seizing, and this vivid opalescent light with shifting colors just beaming from their eyes and mouth. Like where their mouth is just pouring from, like, even through the cloth. And it's just, like, blindingly bright. And you've really only seen this in, like, religious rituals from your people, seeing as you have glowing eyes and things like that. And it's usually a sign of, like, an extremely holy event of some sort. And just as the continued creeping transmutation follows up the neck and over their horns and just is about ready to consume them, you see this blinding flash of just pure white light. And reflexively, you just kind of shield from it. And you look. You see Wisp as a statue mid, lurch from just seizing, completely transmuted to diamond. And Wisp, make a Constitution saving throw.
All right. That's an 11.
An 11. So you see that pieces from the crown of the head start crackling just a bit. And then more. And the whole body begins cracking. And the woman who was funneling this energy into Wisp and has stopped looks utterly shocked. Like, just shock paints her whole expression, her mouth agape. And the two large men standing on either side of her kind of look to each other, and one of them says, "Is that supposed to happen? It didn't happen with the others." And you see tears start welling in her eyes, and she says, "Yes, it is." And the cracks cover Wisp's entire body before, once again, another bright and you see Wisp, completely normal as far as you can tell, unconscious in the middle of the circle. "Take him. We don't need the others." The two men then hoist up Wisp underneath the arms and start walking your direction, dragging them. What do you do?
Do I know what happened here?
You don't know what happened here.
I'm going to quietly follow where they bring Wisp.
Okay. Meanwhile, back up on the deck, Nim. You were trying to act like you were fighting this this person who was able to push the water and pull the water.
The waterbender.
Uh-huh. And you saw out of the corner of your eye as you realized that it was hopeless. You were going out to sea. You went underneath this cavernous entrance, and you are no longer underground, and you are headed out to the ocean. You look to where the person who is mask in disguise, as you know, is up with the captain, helping with the vessel, and you see the captain start shouting orders to them, and they make meaningful eye contact with you and then scuttle away to do what they were ordered. Out of the corner of your eye, as everything starts to settle, you notice a new slip into the below deck. And what do you choose to do at this point?
Well, I'm still disguised as one of the pirates that we murdered. So I'm just kind of looking around, and I assume from the meaningful glance from Mask in Disguise that I should go down and help Anu as well. Just because I'm well aware that there is absolutely nothing I can do now that we're going out to sea.
But
I can help maybe get Wisp and Anu and figure out what, or not Anu, but Anu, and then figure out like what we need to do from there.
Okay. So go ahead and make an investigation roll to navigate the brig. It's just cluttered with boxes and wooden cages, and there's a lot.
Dirty 20.
Dirty 20. So, pretty easily, you manage to find where the core of the brig is at, and you find your way cautiously, avoiding most of the people here. You find your way to where you see Anu peeking around a corner, and you watch as Wisp shatters from being transmuted to diamond with this flash of light. And then these two large pirates are dragging them back toward Anu. What are you going to do?
I want to hide, myself so that these two pirates don't notice me. So I want to hide, but I also kind of want to see if I can make contact or eye contact with Anu or send some sort of psychic message. It's like I'm screaming in my head, like, hey, I'm here. But, just doing that in my head and hoping that that message gets there. And also secretly I'm thinking, like, that maybe this is a power that Wisp had to just, like, burst into diamonds because it seems like a fabulous thing that Wisp would be capable of.
Okay. So I want you and Anu to both roll me a stealth check.
Okay, I got a natural 20, but my modifier is -1, so...
So you got a 19 with a natural 20. Hey.
Right, yeah. I'm not sneaky.
I got a 23.
Okay, so Anu, you realize these pirates are coming, and so you round the corner and duck behind some boxes, and as soon as you squat down, you see you are face to face with a large man. And give me a history check real quick, or just a basic intelligence if you're not proficient.
Oh, yeah, no, yeah. I got same, just plus for history and intelligence.
Okay.
Plus 1. All right, I got a 12.
12. You remember you fought this guy before the explosion happened.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure he died, too.
Yeah. You remember him dying. And now he's just sitting here in front of you.
Can I help you?
And I say, it's me.
Me who? What's something only me and you know?
I know that you are no good with chandeliers. Well, you're really good with them, but it's not great for the chandelier owner. I know that.
Okay.
It's me, it's Nim.
Okay, Nim. Yeah. What? Wait. Are you a necromancer now?
No, I'm in disguise. And then I shift my face a little bit and then shift it back.
So you see it's almost like these scales flip across their face to reveal Nim briefly and then flip back again, and it's the pirate again.
Okay, well that is a super helpful trick. Okay. So do you know what just happened?
Did Wisp do that on their own? Can Wisp do that? Just make diamonds, I suppose? I don't know.
Nope. That's not a thing. That is a thing other people do to you.
Oh, that's not good.
Okay, so you don't know either.
No, I have no idea what's going on, and I don't belong on boats. I don't understand this magic. I just wanted to go find our fawn, and here we are, and we've got so much to do back at the castle.
All right, well, my plan is to just keep following the fawn for now.
That sounds good. I have no plan, so I will follow yours.
So you guys see as Wisp is kind of very delicately placed into this wooden cage crate, and it is then locked. And the woman begins hurrying the two men out and up because she needs to talk to the captain. I must see the captain. I must tell him the good news. And they walk away. And you now notice the many stacked cage crates. It looks about half full from where it could be down here. With these cage crates, it looks like they did not get everything loaded they wanted to. But you do see that there are individuals in these, or statues of individuals made of diamond.
Okay. So by my understanding, Wisp is the only one who's managed to break out of these diamonds. That means something.
I lean over to Anu and I say, "Are these all people?"
Some, yes.
Wisp,
I don't know for sure, but I'm positive.
make another Constitution saving throw. Wisp?
Oh, sorry.
Sorry, I didn't know if you heard.
If that was aimed at me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Constitution. 13.
13. Okay. So, you start to come to, your head vaguely spinning. You feel like your whole body is just sore. You have a level of exhaustion. You feel just that cumbered weight of recovery. It's so strange. You honestly feel like you could have died.
Fun.
As your vision sort of normalizes and stops being doubles and triples and different colors and the lights start fading away. Oh yeah. You've been kidnapped. And you are now in a rather uncomfortable and unaccommodating crate. There are blood stains and other stains on the floor of this thing. It is not a pleasant place. There are splinters. It's not a good place to be. And also, your arm that you've been lying on is asleep now.
Okay. How much ability to, like, get up and move around do I have right now?
You can sit up, but it's sore to do it.
Can I tell if there's anyone in the immediate vicinity?
You, perception check. I know you
those
love
always go well. Nat 20.
You hear Nim whispering, or you hear a large man whispering to someone named Anu. And you know Anu. You don't know the large man, the deep voice.
You know what? I'm prepared to have a little bit of faith right now, and I'll just kind of say, I'm not going to shout it, but like sort of normal speaking volume. Little help.
So you guys just hear.
I elbow Anu and I say, "Hey, did you hear that?"
I did.
And you
Peek
can
over
hear
the crates.
shuffling.
I'm going to peek over the crates.
Okay, so you see a variety of individuals from what looks like all stations. There are people dressed very finely. There are people dressed like servants. All manner of people in these crates, but with the exception of only 2 that you see so far, they are all transmuted into diamond statues. And then you find Wisp, who is struggling to sit up in this crate.
Oh, hey. Wisp was awake.
That's good. Should we go help them?
I listen out to see if I could make it over there.
Oh, you're there. You're there.
Okay. All right. Wisp, how you doing?
I've been better.
So they can't really talk to you because you realize they're gagged.
No.
So are most of the statues, actually. Most of the statues are actually bound and gagged. It looks like... Make an Arcana check, actually.
All right.
Both of us, or just Anu?
Anu specifically.
There it is. 13.
13. It's not hard to make. You can tell that the people in these crates have been restrained in such a way specifically to prevent spell casting.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh. Nice. Can I reach into the crate?
You can reach into the crate. The crate actually has a very simple lock. You could probably just open the thing.
Okay. I want to make sure. I want to remove the gag from Wisp's face.
Okay.
So are you still you, or can I let you out of the crate now?
Who exactly else were you expecting me to be?
I don't know.
Have we even cast a new roles? I wasn't given sides. I haven't rehearsed. I'm not stage ready.
I mean, you were turned into a diamond. Who knows what kind of butterfly you now are?
I'm the same amazing rainbow butterfly I've always been. Please get me out of this crate.
Okay.
Also, Wisp, there is a large pirate just hulking and lumbering behind Anu.
Do we know him?
Wait!
Yeah, he works with the orphans.
It's me! And then I do the thing.
Oh, so you see the freaky thing where Nim's face appears on this large man's body briefly.
And I say, I'm in disguise.
Lovely. That is going to haunt me for a very long time. 100.
Okay. Do I have to roll anything, or can I just be like, haha, thieves' tools unlocked?
You have thieves' tools. You can do it pretty easily. No roll needed.
Done. Gotcha.
You're a rogue. If you can't open this lock, it's a problem. So, yeah, Wisp, you are now free. Your arm's still asleep, but otherwise you're good.
Do I still have all my gear?
You don't have your gear on your person.
I don't suppose you saw any of my stuff stashed anywhere on your way to finding me?
No, I didn't.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I'm gonna hoof stomp some heads today. So help me.
Well, we do have a lot of heads on this boat to stomp, so that's great.
That'll work just great. Do we have any idea why any of it?
I just give like the most ridiculous shrug in this weird body that I have inhabited.
Great.
Well, it seems like they're looking for someone in particular. I'm pretty sure you might be it. I don't know why.
I'm sorry, what?
Yeah, apparently the diamond thing was supposed to happen. I don't know what that means. But the rest of these people are diamonds, and you're not.
I'm just going to start looking around at these other statues for a second. Oh, no. Oh, Oh, no. So help me, if they have freaking assigned me as a chosen one, this is the most boring possible story that I could be trapped in right now. There's nothing interesting that ever happened with chosen. Why am I a... This better be a misunderstanding. This better be a fluke. I need my stuff and I need answers, and I'm not happy right now.
Well, Wisp, do you know who took you? Maybe they have your stuff.
Steven, I didn't see, like, when I came to, I didn't see anyone, like, heading off anywhere, get any sense of that.
You are aware of the old woman and the two men that were dragging you.
Do I have any sense of the direction they went?
No, you don't, because you were unconscious at the time.
Damn. I should pay better attention when I'm unconscious.
They went to... I mean, I heard where they went.
Yeah, you did.
Yes.
Which was where?
They followed the captain. They're talking to the captain.
Wonderful. I don't know where I am, relative to anywhere else. So
we're on a boat.
I got that part. I got that bit. But, like, okay. Are we friends with the people on this boat, or are none of us supposed to be here?
Oh, we're not supposed to be here.
Okay. Well, I'll tell you, rule number one right now is that where we are currently located is where the people who kidnapped me expect to find me. So this right now is the one place I do not want to stay.
Let's head out.
Okay, are you guys going above deck or deeper in?
So I just look at my compatriots here and I say, I'm all in for escaping. I think I've gotten very good at action and activities lately. I have one question, and that is, and I don't want you to take this the wrong way, Wisp, but how does one smuggle a fawn?
Well, they didn't exactly break down the step-by-step process for me in advance. So I'm gonna have to get back to you on that one, Nem.
Well, I just asked because this is going to be very relevant to our activities at this current moment. Because while I would love to sneak you off of this boat, I don't know how to do so, and you are quite conspicuous, which is what we love about you.
Okay, so like we're right now. I need my stuff back. Mm-hmm. So if we can't head out, I would like to try and find my things.
Now, they're probably somewhere down here rather than up top, because why would you house stolen weapons in the open for everyone to see?
Sort of what I'm thinking. Like at the very least, did we actually move like into a different room, or at least to the other side of this room? Because I just really don't want to be staying right by where the kidnappers are expecting to come back and still find me. So, literally anywhere else right now.
All right, let's do it.
So you guys are going deeper in, or are you going towards above deck?
Well, okay, so let me ask you this. Me not having gotten my bearings, can I tell which is which from where I am? Like, are they just doors, or does one definitely go down and one definitely goes up?
You actually wouldn't be able to tell. They would be able to tell.
That's the problem.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would take lead, but I don't know where I'm going, and nor where I am.
We're going. I believe we're going down to go find Wisp's weapons.
Okay, so also, you guys are going further in. So you immediately around this corner, you see the circle with the runes carved into it. You see this ovular, it looks almost like a stone. It does not look like a gemstone. It looks like a normal rock on a pedestal. You also see a desk with like papers scattered all over it. You see that these papers have magical runes and sigils and all sorts of complex things. There is a quill, an ink. There's a whole mess of stuff down here. And there is a stairway that goes deeper in. You also see 2 chests in this area. Both of them have locks on them.
I kind of want to open the chest.
I see that look. I'm not going to stop her.
Yes.
Okay. Make me a sleight of hand check. Use it, and because you have proficiency in thieves' tools, you don't have disadvantage. So just a straight roll.
Bet. 18.
18. First lock clicks open.
Is it just a chest? I'm so stressed out.
You find Wisp's items all in this chest. You also find 2 more swords and a hand crossbow with bolts. They probably belong to other people that they confiscated. The hand crossbow especially looks very ornate.
This is interesting. I'm going to hold on to this. It's a person who owns it, gets back to me. It's just...
What kind of swords are the other 2 that are in there?
One is a rapier, and the other is a short sword.
Does the rapier look any better or fancier than the one I already have?
The rapier does not look fancier than what you have. It looks on par, but like of a very different make, if that makes sense. Like it looks more modern. It looks like it has a little bit less embellishment, but is maybe just a smidge more for actual battle instead of decoration.
Well, the fact that the one I have is silver has already proven way more helpful than just a minor bit of practicality, so I'll keep what I got.
Okay. And the short sword is actually a fairly normal, like maybe even a little bit dingy and well-used short sword.
I want to pick it up just for now. Just because we've gone deeper into the belly of this boat beast. So, who knows what we're going to encounter.
And then, Anu, do you want the other chest too?
Should I try, or do you think it's going to attack us?
Go for it.
Yeah, let's go.
The chest is going to attack you. So, make another sleight of hand roll.
Why are you hiding behind? Oh. Maybe? 9?
9. Okay. You, so I'm going to give you a choice. Either you can succeed and your lockpicks break, leaving you without a complete set, or you can fail and pull your lockpicks out without an issue.
Would I be able to buy new lockpicks later?
If you have connections to a place that you shouldn't be, or a locksmith.
Places I shouldn't be? That sounds awesome. Alright, I'm gonna let the lockpicks break for now.
Okay, so you guys hear a little snap, but the lock hangs open. You open the chest, and just a second. You find a stash of 20 gold pieces, 170 silver pieces, and 40 copper pieces.
See, I'm just going to buy a new lockpick. I'm sorry, how much copper?
40. And make an investigation check.
All of us or just me?
Just you.
Oh, right, okay. No. 13.
13. You see there is a secret compartment in this chest.
Let's pop it.
All right. You open it, and inside is a scroll. A tiny little scroll. It, like about the size of your finger. And when you unroll it, you realize this is a scroll of sanctuary. Oh yeah, that's my cat in the background. Yasha really wants to come in because she hears me streaming. Whenever I'm giving people attention on my computer, she feels like she deserves the attention instead because she's the house cat.
So I mean, she's right, of course.
Of course. But yeah, so you have a scroll of sanctuary.
What's the scroll of sanctuary?
It lets you cast the sanctuary spell once and then is consumed.
Ooh. Awesome. I'm gonna pocket that.
Okay.
I just found the scroll of sanctuary. This should come in handy.
Anyone who wants to can make an arcana or religion check.
Okay.
21.
21. Ooh. Anyone else?
I got a 10.
10.
I got an 18.
Okay, so anew, just as you are thinking a thing, Nim also has the same thought, which is Sanctuary is a spell usually cast by clerics or people who have some sort of divine gift or power.
It's probably Wisp.
I wonder who that belonged to, I think to myself out loud.
Probably somebody in here.
Probably that old word I'm not going to say. So, Steven, back in the other room, how much general clutter is there? I'm wondering how feasible it is to find a hiding spot, because when they come back down to look for me, I kind of want to hear what the hell's going to be said.
Okay.
So
That's
how
pretty
viable
feasible.
would that be?
Pretty feasible. It's fairly cluttered in here. You can tell that they didn't get everything unloaded they wanted to unload, and they did not get everything loaded they wanted to load. So while it looks emptier than it probably should be, it's still very cluttered with a lot of things.
Okay. So I'm going to turn to the other two. I don't think it is necessarily a good idea for you to join me, because the more bodies trying to do this, the more likely we are to get caught. But I kind of want to find a hiding spot and do some reconnaissance and try and find out what in the hells they did to me and is going on.
Okay.
Good idea.
So everyone make a stealth check.
Oh, man. I had one good one already. It's not going to happen again. Ooh, 17.
17.
You bitch.
14.
14. 11. Okay. And I am now going to insert a GM intrusion.
Still help me if the rogue blows our cover.
I am going to let you guys choose who the GM intrusion affects. Any volunteers?
I'm feeling good about the body I am using currently. It seems to be quite stealthy. So.
Okay. So are you volunteering?
I am. Let's do this.
Okay. So, while Wisp manages to duck somewhere and hide, and Anu manages to duck somewhere and hide, you are not quite as used to this body as you would like to think, just because the proportions are different. And you knock the pedestal and knock the rock onto the floor. And when you do, it shatters like glass. And it turns to what is essentially ashy dust. Mm-hmm. And it makes a loud thunk, crumble, crush. And you hear a lady's voice say, "What was that? We must hurry." And you hear rushing footsteps toward you. You may take an inspiration, and you may give one to someone else.
All right, I'm going to give an inspiration to Wisp.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And how are you going to deal with the intrusion as they are quickly approaching?
They are quickly approaching, so I am going to do what I think might be the best idea, and that is to try to find a spot to hide as quickly as I can, because I don't necessarily need to hide as much as the others. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. I think I'm just going to try to leave that area, separate the party a smidgen here,
okay.
But because I look like I belong there, I feel like I can hide in plain sight better than they can.
Okay. So, you are going to go down the stairway deeper into the ship. The woman and the two men approach, and you immediately hear her cursing in a language I don't think any of you speak. What languages do you speak, Wisp?
Common and Sylvan.
Okay. What do you speak anew?
ASL, Common, Elvish, and Thieves can't.
Okay. You do not recognize the cursing at all. Nim, what do you speak?
Hold on, before we get too far ahead.
Mm-hmm.
I have Comprehend Languages as a spell.
Okay.
Am I able to cast that silently, or is it going to give me away if I do that?
Does it have a verbal component?
Yes.
Then it would you cannot cast it silently. You can try to cast it stealthily, but that will require a stealth check.
Nah, I'll pass.
Okay.
I'll pass.
So you hear her cursing in a language you don't understand. And then she shouts in common, "Fan out! Find who did this!" And so one of the big brutes goes back up toward the way that they came. The other starts clumping down the stairs toward where you are, Nim. And what do? You find yourself in a completely dark area. You are unfamiliar with it, and unless you have some form of light on your person...
I do. I don't.
Okay.
I do. I don't.
So the large pirate clumps down the stairs and reaches for what you can hear is a metal lantern. And after a moment, he lights it and starts holding it around and looking. Give me a stealth check at disadvantage because you can't see.
Whew, 7.
7. He turns the lantern... Actually, let me roll for him. That would be rude of me not to. Okay. He turns, and the lantern faces you. Oi, what are you doing down here? You're supposed to be upstairs helping with the ship sailing.
I just start swaying, and I say, "What do you do with a drunken sailor? What do you do, drunken sailor? What do you do, drunken sailor? Early in the morning."
Make a performance check or a deception check, your choice.
Let's see. Ooh, both of them are fantastic. 18 plus 5 is 23 plus proficiency, 25.
Okay. He just kind of slaps you across the face. Oi, what are you doing getting in the ale this hour? Get up there. You know what? Actually, get up there. And he nudges with his head toward the top of the stairs. Drusilla won't word with you, I'm sure.
I salute and I walk up that way.
Okay.
And I stagger and stumble as much as I can.
Okay, so Wisp, from your vantage, you see Nim stumble up the stairs, and this woman who has since drawn her hood turns. What are you doing here? Did you do this? And you hear the voice from the bottom of the stairs say, "Yep, he did it, all right. Drunk off his ass he is."
And I just start singing and hope that it goes as well as the last time. Put him in the longboat till he's sober. Then I fall over.
Does a 17 hit your armor class?
Yeah.
Okay. She grabs onto your shoulder and digs these long nails in and shoves you with this almost supernatural force against the wall. Do you have any idea what you have done? That was a holy and sacred relic. How are you going to make this right? No matter. We have the chosen one. That's what counts.
I'm just gonna burst out in the back. God damn it!
And then I try to cover it up as much as I can by singing like, "Put him in bed with the captain's daughter. Put him in bed with the captain's daughter."
Go ahead and make a deception roll at disadvantage.
So, 14?
14. The dice, this is why we play D&D. She starts to whirl, and then you start singing, and she turns back to you with this sharp glare. Get up there, before I decide to turn you into something unpleasant. And she lets go of you, and you see that where she was digging her nails in, she's drawn blood.
I look at it very stressed. Aye, aye, madam. And then I go up towards wherever she pointed. She pointed up towards the deck, right?
Mm-hmm.
I head that way, and I just start saying boat terms that I've heard before. Hoist the mainsail! And other things.
So
Shiver me timbers!
You boisterously go up above deck.
Mm-hmm.
And this other pirate tops the stairway. She turns to him. Evectorardra, take care of this mess. I do not lose any of the ashes, or I swear you will die. And the man immediately goes on his hands and knees to scooping up the ashes. She gets him like this little jar, and he starts putting them in. She starts muttering to herself and sits down at the desk. Wisp, you and Anu, both of you, can see this happening.
Mm-hmm.
Do you choose to stay hidden?
Yeah, for the moment.
Okay. So after several minutes, the ashes are taken care of. He shakily puts them on her desk, and she waves him off to dismiss him. He walks past where Anu is hiding and does not notice you. He walks past where Wisp is hiding, definitely does not notice you.
How dare he?
And meanwhile, Nim, you have gone halfway to above deck. You see there is a quarters for resting with hammocks. You also see there is what looks like some sort of a galley. What do you choose to do? Go upstairs, go into the bed area, or go into the kitchen?
I am going to go into the bed area, like the hammocks and whatnot, to try to just hide until my friends come upstairs, because I also know that I know nothing about being a sailor, so okay. I'm very distraught about having to prove that I am one.
Okay, that's fair enough. Meanwhile, Anu and Wisp, you see the woman caress the jar of ashes. At least your spirit lives on in the new one. Perhaps, just perhaps, this will be the beginning of something greater. And as she caresses it, you start to see her fingertips just shimmer with a faint bit of magic as she starts muttering some sort of something. And make a Constitution saving throw, Wisp.
That is 12.
12. Okay. Your vision just goes white, and you feel like you're falling. And you find yourself with what feels like your shoulder blades spread. It's the strangest sensation. It's not your arms, it's shoulder blades. And you see that you are soaring through the night sky over a lit city. You hear the bells tolling the midnight hour. You see far below, it's a port city. There are ships going to and from. You see on this mountain that looks to be maybe 4 or 5 miles out from the town, there's this enormous brazier with a faint twinkling opalescent sparkle. And you know in your heart that's where your soul is. And you are back inside the ship again, and it's almost that sensation of falling and then being crushed by a waterfall, and then you're just there.
Question.
Mm-hmm.
I don't suppose that between everything that's happened that anything like my spell slots or hit point reset.
Nope, nothing has reset. However, Anu, make an insight check. It's not super hard to do, but just a little extra tidbit for you. What'd you get?
He was a bitch.
What?
I got a 6.
A 6. Okay. You see Wisp sort of spacing out, but that's all you can really gather from it. And Wisp, you make meaningful eye contact briefly with Anu, so that you know that she's still there. Time hasn't elapsed too much.
I want to confront this woman so badly, but I am not fit for a fight if it turns into one. Oh, God damn it.
Nim, in the bedding area, you run into a little cabin boy. And he looks up to you. He's like, "Hello, miss. Mister, how are you?"
Well, hey there, youngin'. I'm great. How are you doing? And then I realized I'm supposed to be like sailory. So like, I'm great. How are you?
And then he kind of like sidles up to you and he says, "You know, I'm an orphan too. You could totally help me." And then he kind of like walks back and you see briefly shifting, it's actually Mask's face without the mask. And then flips back.
Mask, what are you doing?
Oh, I was trying to figure out how to get out of here. Found a lifeboat.
Ooh, that's good. Well, okay. So downstairs, Anu and Wisp are, hiding, I guess, from a crazy person that has a rock that turned to dust but was important dust, and I got in trouble for it.
Okay. I found out that our best chance to escape is at night, during dinner, just after sunset. There's only one person up top guarding anything. We can get to the lifeboat and escape.
Perfect. How long until dinner?
Well, by my guess, probably like an hour.
Okay. How do we get downstairs and tell Anu and Wisp?
I don't know, but if I don't get back to the duties the captain had for me, he's going to be looking for, well, other me. And pretty soon, it's going to be a whole problem. And if I draw too much attention, well, dinner may be late.
Good point. Okay. I'll figure it out.
All right. Be careful.
I will. You too. We'll meet back up top at dinner time.
Right. And you see him shift into the other man, the little boy. And he walks away. Meanwhile, the two of you find that mostly what this woman does is mutter to the jar. Go ahead and give me just a general roll. Somebody roll a d20 to see how much information y'all glean.
9.
You do glean that rock that once looked like a gemstone and now looks like just a regular smooth rock and then was dust and is now dust was an egg. And that's what you can gather from your spying excursion. Anything else is muttering or useless.
I am not here for breeding. I'm not. I don't like this.
And because I love my GM intrusions so much, Wisp, you get an inspiration and give one to someone else.
I'll give it to Anu.
Make a Constitution saving throw.
This thing has hated me for every one of these rolls.
I got like 6 institutions.
8. Okay. So your vision once again. Damn it! And you see this huge cavern. But the cavern itself almost looks like it has been worked a little bit with these long, tall pillars. And you find yourself standing on top of what seems to be some sort of altar. There's some sort of very searing hot fire behind you, yet it also feels comforting despite its intense heat. And you find yourself looking down at a bunch of humans and some dwarves. And you are much, much taller than them. Like, you're about 20 feet tall. And they bow down to you. Make a perception or an insight check, your choice. or investigation. I'll let you pick from those three. Whichever one you like the best.
Let's see.
I feel like perception is not the favored one.
It is not. 15.
15. Okay. So you notice all of them are wearing these rings that look like a white feather encircling it. And your vision returns once again. And anew, this time you don't have to make a roll because you see it. Wisp is clearly having a similar experience to what elves have when they are trancing and have visions of their past lives. And Wisp collapses and their horns clatter on the wood. And the woman stands. What was that? Who's there? And she starts walking towards where both of you are hiding.
I know I collapsed, but am I conscious?
You are conscious. You come to just as you hear her footsteps approaching. And your head is currently in the middle of the walking aisle.
Okay. I'm going to make a motion to Anu to stay where they are, and I am going to step out into view and say, I could really use some answers from you yesterday.
You're out.
Yeah, I know that part. That one doesn't help me.
Well, very well. I am not in a fighting mood, and I'm not sure you are either. Come. And she ushers you to come around, and she situates a stool near the chair that she has for her desk.
Is she still standing as she positions that?
She is.
I'm sitting in her chair.
Okay, sit in her chair. That is totally cool. And she looks at you and sort of gives you a half grin and nods and sits in the other chair, and she's like, I see. Tell me, have the visions started yet?
Should they have?
You tell me.
What did you do to my head? Because this sucks.
I only did what the steward is supposed to do. Me being the steward. Granted, your past self probably does not approve of my methods, but I never exactly approved of yours either, so we're even. The other mages, sacrifices must be made, and now the pirates have their little diamond mine for the black market. I mean, no dubious spellcasters and nobility alike love jewels.
You're going to back up a step. Because past life, we're going to circle that one, underline it a few times, and you are going to elaborate the crap out of it.
Oh, are you familiar with the elves?
Somewhat, yes.
Their life cycles are not so different. Their spirits reincarnate into new bodies. Yours, on the other hand, is a freer spirit. It normally requires a happen-chance encounter with the egg for the new life to discover the old ones, the old spirit, if you will. I just quickened the process a bit, shall we say.
Why?
To reawaken all of you.
I do not want dead people defining who I am. I am me. I get to define who I am. You have no right to do this to me.
Frankly speaking, child, what's done is done. There is no undoing this. And even if I had not intervened, which actually it is my job as the steward to ensure that you find the egg, at the end of the day, it was going to happen one way or another. That's fate for you.
Fate is what lazy writers do because they don't know how to make an interesting story.
Then you tell me what it is, little fawn. You were the one out of the hundreds we have tried who survived. Tell me what that means.
It means that you clearly suck at your job because you killed hundreds of people pointlessly.
See, that's exactly what the last you would have said.
Oh my God,
say,
I want to stomp on your skull. I don't think you even understand.
Then do it. Because then I will be reborn, and then you will be reborn, and it is a never-ending cycle, child. Do you really think you can escape this?
Okay, I'm stabbing her.
Okay, roll initiative.
Oh, dear.
13.
She got a 9, so you go first. Go ahead and make your attack roll.
Okay. That, my friend, would be a nat 20.
Okay, just describe how you kill her.
This rapier is going directly through her throat.
All right.
I do not want dying words from her. I want airy, bloody gurgles.
You get airy, bloody gurgles and a faint grin.
That was not as satisfying as it really should have been.
Anu, you watch this happen.
I pop up. You have issues.
I don't have issues. This was a freaking psychotic control freak who has decided out of nowhere that they know who I am and can tell me who I am and can tell me what my life and my fate is going to be. No, they don't. You heard her. She confessed to killing literally hundreds of people.
Okay, but what if she was the only one who knows how to stop the reincarnation process?
She clearly wasn't going to do that. She believed it wasn't possible, and she wasn't going to help.
Oh, no. Ah.
Look, I have had a real challenge of a day. You could cut me just a little bit of slack.
You got it. I am curious about what her last words would have been, though. I know you weren't. But...
And I quote.
Nim, you come into this to hear, I am curious what her last words would have been. And I quote.
I just say, is that a direct quote?
Verbatim.
Okay, well, so I found a mask. We're going to sneak off this boat at dinner time. We're going to go up to the top deck. We're going to get in a lifeboat, and we are going to row our little hearts out and get the heck out of Dodge. So how does that sound to everyone?
Is that before or after we eat?
I have some snacks in my pocket. We will not be joining the crew for dinner. I know I was saddened too. However, I think it's for the best. And, you know, I imagine that all they have on this boat is hardtack full of weevils, and it's not going to be delicious. So we'll just go back and have dinner at the castle.
Okay. Love it. I love this plan. I'm excited to be a part of it.
So I think we need to go find a hiding place until what I assume a dinner bell will ring. I don't know. There's no clocks on boats. How does anybody know what's going on?
Sun.
Well, it's not below deck, that's for damn sure.
Speaking of, everyone make a perception check.
Oh! We're so close to getting off this damn boat!
7! Actually, no. Sorry, 6.
22.
22.
11.
Nim.
Oh, shit.
You see, you catch out of the corner of your eye someone, you can't see who, it's just a little dim down here, but a shadowed figure was watching and listening and makes its way above deck.
We've been listened to! There's a shadow figure, I say, and I want to run towards it.
Okay. Give me an initiative check.
Why would you do this to me, Stephen? Why would you do this?
Because I'm evil.
2!
You run all the way past. You confidently can tell by just quick glancing as you go into the galley and the sleeping area. They aren't there. You make it above deck in your pirate guise, and you see nothing. Because they got a natural 20.
Ouch.
I just stomp my foot angrily.
Oi, you, get back to work.
Absolutely! Hold on just a moment. And I find like a rope or something and I pretend like I'm tying very important nautical knots.
He just kind of looks at you. Are you drunk?
Yeah. Grog.
Oh, you're the drunk one. That destroyed Drusilla's magic rock. Oh.
And it's destruction.
I don't envy you.
So, Stephen.
Yes.
Speaking of said rock, the ashes went where?
They're in a jar on the desk.
Okay, can we take the jar?
Absolutely.
Okay, we're taking the jar.
Okay.
It's mine.
So, give me an Arcana check. It's pretty difficult, but we'll just see what you can do.
Well, given how I've been rolling...
Right? You...
this is the 15.
15. Okay.
I got 21.
You don't know what these are? Oh! Okay, Anu. Anu, you recognize what these are. This is a jar of phoenix ashes. You can choose to tell Wisp or not, but yeah, that's what you have.
So, do you like being a fawn? Because usually, you're a bird. A firebird.
You know, my average day was significantly more dull than they have become. But I think I'd take that right now. I'm just gonna pick a spot on the wall, and it almost looks like I'm trying to burn a hole in the wall with my gaze. I'm just sort of trying to bring my breathing down to a calm level.
Okay. So you are in possession of this phoenix ashes. Do you want to take anything else?
What else is there around?
There is a mess of papers with illustrations and stuff. Weirdly enough, you find that you're capable of reading a lot of it now.
Oh. All right.
It looks like it's explaining how to infuse a mage with the spirit of a phoenix.
Does it say anything about how to undo it?
Nope.
Then it doesn't help. I don't need it. Anything else?
Only a handful of individuals every generation are able to hold it without transmuting into a gemstone statue.
You know, you always think you want to be special. This is not what I want. Okay. Are there any like drawers in the desk or whatever? Or anything else to rifle through? Open me up some drawers.
It's locked.
It's locked.
Anu's lockpicks are broken.
You broke your lockpicks.
Yeah, I did.
What's the general kind of ambient noise level of the ship?
It's down here. You know that you're fairly sequestered, but you hear the waves, you hear general cursing and shouting from above, and you can tell by how muffled it is up there that you could probably break open this relatively safely as long as you're not trying to be loud about it.
That's what I'm getting at, yeah.
Okay. Make a stealth roll for me at disadvantage.
Okay. Oh boy. 8.
8. You hear a loud pop and crunch, but you do manage to get it open.
What do we got?
You have, in fact, one of those feather rings.
Okay.
You have a purse containing 50 gold pieces.
Okay.
10 silver and 17 copper.
Got it.
You also find a potion of healing and 2 mana potions.
Got it.
And that is all you can find.
Well, I'm taking all of it. Okay.
So, about the next half hour or so passes, and you start hearing the sailors grumbling and shouting and getting ready for dinner. You hear more activity coming from the galley. I need the 2 of you that are below deck to give me a stealth roll, and Nim is going to have to give me a deception check or performance, your choice. And you're at disadvantage because you don't have proficiency in water vehicles.
Stay. Good boy.
All right, what did Wisp get first?
Dirty 20.
Dirty 20. Anu, what did you get?
23.
23. And lastly, Nim.
18.
18. Okay. So among your stealth roll, I'm going to say that Anu realizes that probably shoving the body down the stairs is a good idea in case somebody comes looking for the lady. And otherwise, you guys kind of hunker down amongst the crates and seem to be unnoticed until sunset has fallen and dinner is being had in the galley. There's some people setting up camp in the sleeping area. There's people that are have gone into a couple side rooms that you didn't know were further back beyond the stairway. But most people are not above deck right now. And the captain's probably having dinner in his quarters, you'd imagine, based on the fact that Chef, who's this pudgy man, makes his way upstairs every once in a while and then comes back like very quickly. And you guys can try to go above deck. You need to make another stealth check, a group stealth check. So one person, make a stealth check for everybody, whoever's the best at it.
I was going to say that it should be a new.
Oh, I have a +6.
Okay. Yeah.
I'm going to use an inspiration.
Okay.
I get one more. No, stay! You bitch. Oh, yeah, wait. 25.
25. You guys make your way above deck, and with that roll, you can actually predict the rounds that this fairly skinny pirate is making. And you see a little cabin boy getting a lifeboat ready off to the side.
Is Nim collecting orphans again? I thought we were done and we have to go on missions now.
Oh, that's Mask.
Okay.
So, you guys are making your way to the lifeboat. And I need another Constitution saving throw from Wisp now.
Oh my god.
GM intrusion. You get an inspiration, you can give one to somebody else.
13. I'll give it to a new.
Okay. So, this one you make, thankfully. Your vision, once again, as it starts to shoot out, as it's been doing now for a while, you hear an echoing scream in the back of your head. Like a little girl's scream. And your vision to Ben, who is currently being held back by two men wearing very fine clothing, as another 3 are dragging a kicking and screaming Giselle away from him. And just as this blue fire starts erupting in her eyes, this woman snaps her fingers in front of Giselle's face, and she falls asleep. And your vision comes back, and you don't fall down.
Yay! Great. So let me know when we get into the boat.
Okay, you guys are in the boat, and the boat is lowering into the water. And who is lowering the boat?
I would say I'm doing it because I feel like the most sailory in my current form.
Okay, stealth roll at disadvantage.
Shit.
Because you aren't proficient with water vehicles.
No, and I'm not proficient with stealth either.
Oh, great. This is great.
Well, that was a natural 20, so that's good.
Okay.
But you said at disadvantage. So second roll is 6 minus 1, so 5.
5. Sploosh. At one point, Nim is going at a decent pace, and then all of a sudden loses grip for a second and grabs onto it and is fuddling with it, and it almost spills all of you out, but instead just splashes loudly into the water, and the watch person looks over the edge. What you doing down there? Oi!
Just boating!
Make a deception roll at disadvantage.
14. 16.
I need all of you to know I rolled a natural 1 on his insight check. So he's like, oh, okay. He shrugs and walks away. And you guys begin rowing. You can see the cliffside that you have been sailing away from in the distance. Boats are not super fast. They go at about like 25-ish miles an hour. So you guys aren't even super far away. Like, it'll be a bitch, but you can row your way back.
Okay.
All the way to Dorienne if you want.
I am going to inform the others. Folks, I don't feel like getting into why right now, but I have a very strong sense that Giselle is in a lot of trouble right now, so we might want to try and help with that as soon as we're back on land.
Well, let's get going then. I don't want her to be in trouble, and so I start rowing like crazy, like as fast as I possibly can.
Okay. You guys are actually, you can choose to go back through the cave and then have to make your way up somehow, or you can choose to just go immediately towards the shoreline, which right now the boat's been following the shoreline, so it'll take maybe 20 minutes to row to the shoreline. I
vote do that.
Yeah.
All right. So then you're going to head back to Dorienne on foot. Make an athletics check for me because you are rowing this boat. 7. You know what? It takes about 40 minutes to get there because the waves are choppy. But it seems that by the time you guys are all noticed and you start hearing bells dinging from the pirate ship and whatnot, and you see a body that looks very familiar to the one that was walking around, thrown overboard with a scream. You guys are on the shoreline, on the beach. And there is a forested area just beyond. So, it is dark. The stars are overhead. It's a beautiful night out. Beautiful summer night.
I don't know what kind of shape the rest of you are in right now, but I'm kind of inclined to say we find a camping spot and start moving at light. I have a feeling we're just going to get turned around in the dark, and I need to recoup. I don't know about the rest of you.
Yeah, rowing is hard work. Let's have ourselves a little resty rest.
All right, in Wisp, as you are making your way through the woods, you start feeling this tingling, vague burning in your hand. And as you do, you see your hand starts looking almost like it's transmuting into diamond again. And you see opalescent, color-shifting flames licking in an aura off of your arm. You have the Diamond Flame Inheritor feat now added on your character sheet. And you should have access to the Sacred Flame cantrip.
Checking. It's not there yet. Let me try refresh.
Okay, let's try again.
Just give me 1 second. The thing is, it's for that side. It's not twice as much as I did.
Is it working?
Normally. It might be something. Yeah, we confirm. Oh, hang on.
Go to your spells.
There it is. I got it.
Yep. Okay. So yeah.
Ooh. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, you see in the bushes just ahead near the road a couple of men who look decently armed and armored, especially well armed and armored for commoners, honestly. You've been used to seeing nobility the past while. They have a chest hidden in the bushes from the direction you're coming from. And they are currently speaking with a halted carriage and the carriage driver. And it seems they are doing some form of extortion.
Just wanted a place to rest, and we've got highwaymen. How far away is this?
It is about 60 feet away right now, and they haven't noticed any of you yet.
Do we all see this?
You see this very skinny man with a hooked nose in fine clothes being shoved against the carriage with a sword to his throat.
Okay.
And a noble woman shouting in Voirais out the carriage window.
I mean, do we have the help? They seem a touch out of touch with normal, civilized peons.
Well, I do agree. Perhaps there is a reward in it, or maybe a ride back to the castle.
Yes. That would be nice.
Also, you do have that fancy crossbow, Anu. Do you think, I'm not saying you gotta shoot anybody, but what if perhaps, I don't know, you brandished it in a very menacing way, as if to insinuate that perhaps you could cause some physical damage to their person should they not agree to, our terms?
I might have a more efficient idea. You said 60 feet, Stephen?
Yep.
And there's two of them?
Two of them.
I'm sacred flaming whichever one isn't the closest to the carriage.
Okay, well, the one closest to the carriage is currently shoving a man against the carriage with a sword. So, go ahead. He needs to make a dexterity saving throw, I believe, right? Or is it was
that is correct.
All right. 5.
That's a fail. So he is going to take 5 points of radiant damage.
Describe what happens.
So initially, like a foot above his head, this glowing, it moves with the semblance of flame, but it's all the wrong colors. It's like blue and it's green and there's some sparkling silver in it. But that shows up right above his head and then descends and sort of splashes down over his head, and it is almost as if liquid flame has been poured onto him.
And what remains?
Oh, Jesus.
Just a pair of shoes.
Well, if we're saying that this is fatal, I'm going to say a glittery pile of ash.
Okay. So you guys watch this happen. You've never seen Wisp do this before. Just extends a hand, and this fire transmutes this man into glittering ash. The other bandit whirls. What the? Whoa! And he just looks flabbergasted, immediately looking around and makes eye contact with you from the road. He lets go of the man driving the carriage, who jumps onto the carriage and goes, "Yeah, go, go!" And the carriage starts speeding away. And the highwayman looks back to the carriage, reaches for it, and then looks to you, and he glares. And he pulls out a bow, a short bow, and an arrow, and knocks it. It's initiative.
Ten.
10.
3.
3. What'd you get, Anu?
Hang on. It's still 4.
4. Nim, you're first. What are you doing?
So I do want to help with this fight situation. However, I know that an arrow is probably a problem. So what I'm going to do, we're still about 60 feet away from this person, right?
Yes, you're about 60 feet away.
Okay. I want to start running and kind of curve out, and so I can kind of attack him from the side when I officially can, but just to kind of split the focus of the group so that moving targets, that's what I'm going for.
Okay. All right. So you do this, and he... Make a deception check. That feels like a deception check to me.
9.
Okay, 9. So, he doesn't really fall for it. He's still looking right at Wisp.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Syrinscape.
Yeah. Well, the ocean and whatnot is no longer as much of a thing. So, it is now, Anu. He rolled really badly on his initiative.
Dang.
He rolled a natural 1.
Oh, I feel bad.
Well, is this a tough guy?
He looks pretty tough, yeah.
Is this a tough guy? I like that question.
Well, I have firebolt. And can I make that like a crossbow firebolt, or is it just hand?
Yeah, if you want to shoot it from your crossbow, that is totally doable.
Yeah, I want to shoot it from my crossbow.
Okay.
So am I going to roll my crossbow?
Nope. Nope.
DC or the... Okay. Sorry, I gotta turn this down. I got extra loud for a second.
Oh.
Because it was... Okay, so...
Turn it down here.
No, you're fine. I couldn't hear it, so it was up high. And then all of a sudden it started playing.
Ah.
Alright, so... Let's roll a hit. Dirty 20.
Dirty 20. Okay, roll your damage.
Oh, turn back. Turn back. That's fine. 3.
3. Okay, so you fire this this flaming bolt from your crossbow, and it over his chest, and he's kind of patting out the flames now. So he's distracted from his bow just a little bit. We'll say that's why he did so badly on initiative. And next up we have Wisp. It's your turn.
I'm scared to use that same thing again. So I am instead gonna go softer on him and hit him with Vicious Mockery.
Okay. What do you say?
I say... Oh, God. I say, all this is a little hot for you, isn't it? I'm not at top of my game right now. I'm flustered and I'm tired. But I need a wisdom saving throw from him.
A wisdom saving throw. Okay. 12.
That meets.
Meets beats. So
oh, dang it.
He just kind of looks at you and is like, And then he's going to fire an arrow at you. Does that's an 8. No, I thought it was an 18. It's an 8. So, with his bonuses, that's a 13 versus your armor class?
That is still a miss.
Okay, so his arrow goes wide. Nim, you're up. It's not really working.
Yeah, so I've kind of swung out, and I want to head towards this person now.
Okay.
I don't know how close I get, though, because...
if you dash, you can get there this turn. But
I would like to dash.
Do anything.
Yeah, I'll dash.
You dash all the way there. You know what? Actually, since you were only moving last time, we'll say you dashed last time, so you can just get there this time.
Okay. And so then I can attack?
You can attack.
Okay.
Are you your pirate self or yourself again?
I'm still in the pirate body because, like, I was gonna, get comfortable by the fire and then change back and, all of that. So I am there, and I would like to do some fisticuffs, I think. Like, I still have that sword, but I feel better. There's been a lot of violence lately. I just want to hit him.
So make an unarmed strike roll. So it's a D20 and add your strength.
I got a natural 1.
Nope, you whiff and actually you stumble and faceplant in the dirt. You're prone.
I did a good try.
I knew.
I'm gonna dash closer and just attack with my regular crossbows.
Okay, make an attack roll.
$15.
15. That hits. Roll your damage. Oh, and he's in melee with your friend, so you get to add sneak attack as well.
Ooh. All right. Where's my sneak attack damage?
Should be like 2d6 or 3d6.
Oh, there it is. Okay. Ooh. God damn. I know how to do math. It's 12.
12. Describe what happens to him.
I'm going to say that arrow straight to his chest and just knocks him off his feet while it's at it.
Okay.
That whip out.
Easy enough to do. So you fire this arrow and it hits him in the chest and he just sort of and falls forward. And yeah, there's no more bandits.
I just shout, "Thank you, Anu!"
And yeah, you guys pretty easily can find the bandit camp. I'm going to get you the loot list for that off screen because it's just about time. You guys can set up camp at the bandit camp if you want, actually.
Sounds lovely.
This one time at bandit camp?
Yeah. So, Mask is with you. The four of you, the Motley Few, have now made yourselves comfortable at night for camp. And while you know that there are pressing matters back at the palace, you actually get to rest. Under the stars, in a beautiful night, there's a slight breeze blowing. You can still smell the ocean just faintly wafting. And you guys go to sleep for your long rest and achieve level 4 in the process. And as well, I'd considered maybe setting up a overlay so that it would be just me and having all of you disconnect so I could talk to the audience, but I think it's funner if everybody gets to see. So, back at the palace in Dorienne, a messenger arrives and says to a shadowed figure in one of the back hallways of the palace, everything worked as planned. They're on their way now. And that person turns and starts motioning with their hands to translate what's happening. And the figure of Sean nods his approval, and he puts a feather ring back on his finger. And that is where we are going to leave it for tonight.
Dang it! Cliffhangers!
And
I'm gonna walk her again now.
Yeah. So that was our episode for tonight. We should be having Mask back with us in 2 weeks. So very excited for that. Thank you everyone in the chat for joining us. I love seeing the reactions to things in the chat. It's great. Y'all are amazing. This is the best. Obviously, everyone has links. They're going to be in the description if you're on YouTube, or they're in the cards if you're on Twitch with us tonight live. So until next time, everybody, whether it's on the page or at the table, tell your story your way. Bye.
Bye.